only 5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Cahir. Look, the immigration, migration and asylum debate, like the system, often seems unclear, unfocused and even chaotic, and often sees more disinformation than almost any other issue. From common travel areas, EU travel zones, stamp 4s, work visas, international protection and the Ukrainian scheme. But it's also worth remembering that 100,000 people arrived into Ireland last year on work visas, and they are the people that are staffing our nursing homes and staffing our hospitals. Nation-states can and should manage their borders, and we do not believe in an open border policy. We believe that all states should manage migration, and this includes having an immigration and asylum system with well-functioning rules and regulations. But these rules and regulations must be clear and understandable to everyone. In an area like healthcare, for example, many of those who are working are migrants themselves, and the staff system, or the stamp system, requires more staffing and resourcing to give quicker responses. We need a fair and efficient system, and that includes returning failed applicants. It's clear that the asylum system is failing, and it's a failure of government that the government's own plan, which, while it wasn't perfect, has not been implemented. There is still a total reliance on the private direct provision market. Providers are cashing in, buying cheaper hotels or guest houses, sometimes renovating them, sometimes not, but making huge amounts of money with no consideration or consultation with the area in which they've purchased, and no consideration for services to be provided for those making applications for international protection. And why would they, when the government has made it so easy for them? Then you have the inevitable frustration and which is found by people in certain areas, including places like Killarney. They feel tired that, having taken in thousands, once again their areas are, they feel, taken for granted and asked to accommodate more when other areas are not hosting at all. Turning to the motion, we agree that large amounts are spent on private accommodation. In so many other areas, the government is using current spend to chase what should be capital spend. The unsuitability of the accommodation provided, as well as the location of much of it in peripheral places, is exacerbating problems and causing issues with integration that are being exploited by some people. Some issues have turned up in the debate this morning. It's not correct to say that the Irish who went abroad did not avail of services in other countries. Every single month, and sometimes every week, in my office, I deal with people who want to return home from England, who have benefited from the national health and who have been provided accommodation by the English state for many, many years. It's also not correct to say, well, it is correct to say that it is causing areas are receiving or feeling anxiety. But that is because there's a lot of disinformation provided by people. Linking asylum seekers to criminality is irresponsible and unacceptable. While there are undoubtedly pressures due to the large numbers seeking protection and the Russian aggression in Ukraine, the government is not following its own white paper, and that's not acceptable either. The Catherine Day report suggested state-led reception centres around the 26 counties where applicants would stay while their applications were being processed. A clear Phase 1 and Phase 2 approach with reception centres followed by own-door accommodation is what was required. The White Paper did allow for some ambiguity as to how this was to be achieved, and the government have exploited that, mostly focusing on private provision, and no progress has been made. There was also IT innovations and other measures recommended in the Catherine Day report. However, the applications are still taking a long time to process, and there are lengthy delays in appeals. In short, we need certainty. We need to have a system which is clear for the public, clear for applicants, and clear to address those who have genuine concerns.
Thank you.